What's this? What could it be? Drum Blanket is back to playing Battlefield? Well, Battlefield 1 beta is available, and oh my god, this game kicks ass. So first of all, if you guys are Battlefield players and you found my channel because of Battlefield, I want to take the time to apologize to you guys. I know that I have been completely neglecting Battlefield, and the reason why, guys, is because I just wasn't having fun playing Battlefield 4 or Battlefield Hardline. I just was not. I love Battlefield Bad Company 2. It is like my favorite Battlefield game ever. I loved Battlefield 1943, the first Battlefield game. That was awesome. And I don't know, it's just those things kind of, at first I really liked Hardline. I liked the idea of it. It was a breath of fresh air. It was a new kind of thing. It was something that had not been done with Battlefield before, and it was a great idea for them to try it out. I was really into the hype with that. I played the beta. I actually bought the game. I think I even pre-ordered it. And I try not to pre-order games. I really do. Because what happens is you get to be a product of the hype, and then you buy a game and it lets you down. And the same thing happened to me when I bought Battlefront. I was really into that. I played the beta. I had some friends that I played the beta with. We had a great time playing it. And then when the game came out, those friends didn't buy the game, which made the game a little bit less appealing to me. Although I am a huge Star Wars fan, there were a lot of things about Battlefront that I really loved, and I think that was kind of clouding my judgment. Now, I even made a video about it. Is $120 too much to pay for this game? At the time, I thought it was a fair price, you know, because you were getting all the DLC, you were getting the game, you got like a couple of extra things. And then I kind of realized, you know, after about 2 weeks of playing it, I started having a really hard time getting connected to actual lobbies to play in. And I don't know what happened with that, but that seems to happen to me a lot. That's one of the reasons why I stopped playing Call of Duty games so much, because they work fine for the first couple of weeks to a month, and then out of nowhere, I just can't connect to a game, and I can't figure out what's going on with that. It must have something to do with the servers. I know that I've got a decent enough connection to be able to play online games, even on PC. Never had a problem with that whenever I was playing on console games, like whenever I played the Xbox 360 and I would play Battlefield Bad Company 2, did not have those problems. Didn't have the problems with Battlefield 3 either. But for some reason, on PC, I have a difficult time after a few weeks of playing the game. It's hard for me to make a connection. So, anyway, you Battlefield people out there who found me through that, I am sorry for neglecting you. That was a long apology and a long explanation, and all right, let's move on to what is awesome about Battlefield 1. Why is it so cool? Why do you think it's awesome, Drum? Tell me. All right, so the coolest thing, and I just mentioned this before, about Battlefront was the way it was laid out. It was an awesome new idea, and I wanted to see them incorporate that into a Battlefield game. That is what they have done. I'm sure you've already noticed if you played both of these games, or if you at least played Battlefront, you notice that they're a lot alike in the way it's set up at first. This is how you select, you know, your whoever you're gonna be, your class, and then how it jumps into a game. The lobbies look the same. It's neat and streamlined, and it looks cool. It works really well, so I enjoy that. They've incorporated that beautifully in this, and not only that, but the game is beautiful. The game, I mean, I'm playing this on a 660 Ti with an i7 3770. I've got 16 gigs of RAM, and I was playing Battlefield 4 on that, and Battlefield 4 didn't even look this good. So there's something to say about it. The game is beautiful. One thing I really loved while playing this game was the availability to be a gunner in the airplane. I mean, you could do it in other Battlefield games, but it was a little different back then. Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, I don't know, it was different. It wasn't really set up the same way. You're outside, you know, you got a gunner in the front, you got a gunner in the back, and you wreak havoc on these sons of bitches as hard as you can, and it's fun, man. Like, I don't know, it was just like as soon as I got into that and I started actually getting kills, I was like, yeah, this is awesome. And I noticed that I did a little better, actually quite a bit better as a sniper than I did as, say, an assault or a support or something like that. I'd be shooting at the enemy, and I mean, I'd be pretty close to them, and I'd lay into them, and it would just, you know, they'd kill me with little effort. So, you know, that's something that you always run into in these first-person shooter games. It almost seems like, you know, you lay into a guy and he isn't dying, but he turns around and just shoots you once and you die. It's like, what is with that? What is it about that I'm not understanding? I don't know. It seems like it happens in every single first-person shooter that there is. I'm used to it by now, but at the same time, it's like, man, can't they at least figure something out? Now, of course, this is beta, so it doesn't matter if it's beta. That's stuff that's always going to happen. So, if you're worried about that being a problem, yeah, it's still a problem, but whatever. Just be better than the other player. Be harder to hit than the other player. Shoot like a son of a bitch and aim for the head, and you'll probably win. Probably. Hopefully. I have faith in you. You can do it. So, aside from that, one thing that I really wish that they would do is I wish that they would incorporate explosives back into the sniper class. Again, going back to Battlefield Bad Company 2, one of my favorite classes to play as was a sniper. I murdered mofos when I was a sniper, and it was awesome to be able to be like a counter tank operative, or whatever you want to call it, somebody that could go up to a tank without being noticed and plant some C4 and run the hell away and explode some shit. Now, of course, C4 wasn't available back in the time that they have set us in this game, but you do have dynamite, and it works very effectively. It's very similar to Battlefield 1943 in that right. I loved playing Battlefield 1943. As a matter of fact, like once it came out, it was a cheap game. It was an arcade game on Xbox Arcade, Xbox Live Arcade, and I got my friends to buy it, and we played it for a good long time. And I loved the old primitive war setup, you know. I love that in general. You know, I don't want things to be going towards the futuristic point of view, you know, in space or space shuttles, like Battlefield 2043 or whatever. A lot of people really love that game. I actually never played it, so I don't know how good it was, but I don't hear good things about it. I don't know. Actually, I hear mixed reviews, as you usually do with some of these Battlefield games. But we can face reality here and just say that Hardline was kind of shit. It wasn't as good as what they had hoped it would be, and it was definitely not as good as what I hoped it would be, and so I was really let down, and I did not... I guess I had buyer's remorse because I had pre-purchased that game. I was so tempted to pre-purchase Battlefield 1, and I had to really talk myself out of it. It's $129 for the full setup, so that's the Ultimate Edition. You get the game, you get like some extra DLC right away, you get access to certain things right away. You know how they do. And then you also have your Battlefield Premium already ready to go. Like, you don't have to buy it separately. So I don't know if I'm going to pre-purchase this game or not. I'm thinking I'm going to wait for like a little while. I'm going to have it when it comes out. That's for sure, but I don't know if I want to pre-purchase it or not. That's where I'm at. Because I've been let down by pre-purchases in the past, and again, I had always set like a rule is like don't pre-purchase games. And then these two games got a lot of hype. These two games being Battlefield Hardline and Battlefront, they had a lot of hype. And being a Star Wars fan, I really fell for the hype of that. There were a lot of cool things about Battlefront, but there were a lot of things that they should have done and they could have done better. So hopefully when Battlefront 2 comes out, that it is actually like, you know, way better than its predecessor. Way better than all of the other Battlefront games, because the other Battlefront games had things like being able to fly around in space and kill people in space and like have, you know, X-Wings on TIE fighters and all that kind of cool dogfighting stuff, you know? I love the getting in planes and shooting things. That's one of my favorite things about these kinds of games. It's one of the biggest appeals to me about these things. So, anyway, they nailed it with Battlefield 1. What do you think, guys? Is this something that you would want to buy, pre-purchase? I mean, again, it's EA. EA loves to get pre-sales, and that's one of the reasons why they put out a beta, is because they want to lock you in. They want you to see what's going to happen and what the game's really about and how it's going to feel. And, you know, it's not really so much about ironing out the bugs. Maybe a little bit. One thing that they're going to have a shit ton of messages about is this needs nerfed, like the attack train. I saw people complaining about the attack train. Oh, that needs nerfed. That needs nerfed. It's like, oh, guys, like, I don't know. Something about people complaining about OP is always pissed me off, because I wish that these gaming companies like EA or Infinity Ward or Treyarch would just not listen to the community so much that they just destroy their games. They make them unplayable and not fun. And I just, you know, like, I don't mind the community having some say-so on things, having some good feedback or some bad feedback, and that they can, like, readjust some things that way. But when the gaming company overconsumes what the community is telling them, and then they just try to appeal to everybody. Like, there was a time when there was none of that, when the community didn't say shit because they couldn't, because there was no internet. And these guys either made a great game or they made a bomb, one of the two. You know, I miss those days. I really do. Now, of course, that's also back in the day when you would buy an entire game when you purchased it, and those days are long gone. But I don't know. I feel like the community can be toxic, and they do more harm than good when they speak out all these opinions, like such and such needs nerf, this gun needs nerf, the grenade needs nerf, this needs nerf. It's like, guys, this is war. Yes, it's simulated war, but this is war. Don't be such a little butt-mad ass because you got killed because someone shot you in the face, or hit you with a grenade, or ran past you on a train and shot the holy hell out of you, and you died. Like, those are things that would happen in war, you know? Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, if you enjoyed the footage, if you enjoyed my commentary, whatever, let me know by leaving a comment down below saying, yes, Drum, this is the kind of thing that I wanted to see. This is what I signed up for. I want to see more of this. Leave me a like, because that also helps me know that you guys want to see more of these kinds of videos. And real quick, if you haven't noticed yet already, I am doing a fantasy football league tournament. I have set this up already. There's a link in the description below. You can sign up now. You deposit $10 and we can play against each other. Finally, we can play against each other at something. You don't have to have an awesome computer. You can play it on your phone, for God's sakes. Grand prize winner is $45, and if we get at least 10 people to join, then I will match that $45, and the grand prize winner will receive $90 and some NFL merchandise of your favorite team. What could be better, guys? What could be better? Let me know. I might try it. If you can think of something. I can't think of anything. I'm trying my best here, guys. Thank you all so much yet again, and I will see you in the next video.